My best friend practiced being me for so long that she forgot who she really was, until I reminded her in front of everyone. I met Melanie freshman year when she transferred to our school. She seemed sweet, almost fragile, sitting alone at lunch. I invited her to sit with me and my friends. That was my first mistake. Within a month, she'd memorized everything about me. Not in a creepy way, I thought. More like she was trying to fit in. But then things got weird. When people asked about her family, she'd describe my house. "Oh, we have this huge kitchen island where my mom makes pancakes every Sunday." That was my mom, my kitchen. Her mom worked doubles at the hospital and lived in a one-bedroom apartment. I corrected her once. She laughed and said, "I wish it were mine so much I forget sometimes." Everyone thought it was adorable. By sophomore year, she'd gotten bolder. She told people my dad, who's a federal judge, was actually her stepdad, who couldn't acknowledge her publicly yet because of his position. She'd drop hints about family trips to Martha's Vineyard, using details from my Instagram stories. When I confronted her, she cried so hard that our friend group turned on me for not letting her have hope about her family situation. I backed off. Junior year was when she crossed lines I didn't know existed. I'd been accepted early to Northwestern's summer program, a huge deal that only took 20 students nationally. I told our AP history class during presentations. The next day, Melanie announced she'd gotten in too, but to the advanced track that I hadn't qualified for. There was no advanced track. When Northwestern sent acceptance packages to the school, mine mysteriously disappeared from the office. Melanie suggested maybe I'd been confused about getting in at all. Then there was Daniel. I'd been seeing him quietly since winter break. He went to Riverside Prep across town, and we wanted to keep things private until prom. Melanie found out somehow. She must have gone through my phone during a sleepover because suddenly she knew which coffee shop we went to, what movie we saw on our first date, even the nickname he called me. 2 weeks before prom, Daniel stopped responding to my texts. Then I saw it. Melanie posting pictures from Riverside Prep's lacrosse game with cryptic captions about supporting someone special. She'd introduced herself to him as my cousin, told him I was having a mental breakdown and that she was checking on him for me. She showed him fake texts where I supposedly said I was using him to make someone else jealous. He believed her because she knew everything, every private detail I'd shared with her over 3 years. When she asked him to our prom, he said yes, thinking he was getting back at me. That's when I decided to stop defending myself and start planning. I knew Melanie had one weakness. She believed her own lies. She told so many that she couldn't keep track anymore, so I gave her more rope. I started acting devastated about Daniel, letting her comfort me while she secretly texted him. I mentioned to her mom during a concerned friend visit that Melanie had been talking about her stepdad, the judge, and their summer house. Her mom's confused reaction was priceless, but I acted like I must have misunderstood. For prom, I did something simple. I made sure both our families would be there for photos. Our school did this thing where parents could come for the Grand March. I volunteered to organize it, got everyone's parents involved. Melanie was thrilled, thinking her fictional world would finally be complete with Daniel on her arm. The night arrived. Melanie showed up in a dress identical to one I'd tried on and posted about months ago, with Daniel looking uncomfortable but determined. She introduced him to everyone as her boyfriend, spinning tales about their relationship using stories from my actual dates. I watched from across the gym, waiting. Then the Grand March started. Parents lined up to watch their kids walk through. My dad was there in his suit, standing next to my mom. Melanie's mom arrived late from her shift, still in scrubs. When the announcer called Melanie's name, she walked out with Daniel, waving at my parents. "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad," she called out, loud enough for everyone to hear. My dad looked confused. Melanie's mom looked horrified. "Melanie, what are you doing?" her mom said, loud enough for the front rows to hear. Melanie froze. She'd gotten so used to claiming my life that she'd forgotten her actual mother was standing right there. Daniel looked between them, then at me, standing with my actual parents. The pieces clicked for him instantly. Melanie's face went white. She tried to explain, but every word made it worse. The entire senior class watched her fabricated world collapse in real time. When she ran out, nobody followed. She transferred schools the next week.